boys of Belfast town, ranting, roaring, rambling, right where Irish men of high renown. That's the boys of Belfast. I've got your green alligators and long neck geese, some hunty backhand, could have been the whiskey, it might have been the gin, it could have been the 3 or 4 6 packs, I don't know, but look at the mess I'm in, 9 times around, and the poor old dog was drowned. We're the last of the Irish Rovers.
And if you're not singing along and tapping your feet, there's something officially wrong with you. Those, of course, are the Irish Rovers, and we are very happy to be joined by George Miller and John Reynolds. Gentlemen, how are you?
Great, thank you very much.
Celebrating a mere 45 years of music.
Yes, and that means 45 St. Patrick's Days that we've had to live through, and that's a lot of St. Patrick's Days.
What's it like when you guys play places? Because you would have multiple generations of fans and people that know the music.
Well, that's what's happening. All those little kids years ago when we sang the Unicorn too, they're now in their 40s and they're bringing their little kids, and I'm saying, my God, we're never get retired at this.
No.
It's like a full circle. So
can you believe it's been 45 years?
No.
yeah, maybe. It must be beautiful, though. I mean, when you see families that have been raised with the Irish Rover music as part of their life, right?
It's amazing. Like we got, as you say, we got the 3 generations. We have the grandparents, the parents, the kids, and the number of people that come up after shows over and say, you know, I'm from Humboldt, Saskatchewan, and we used to watch you on a Sunday night, and there was only 2 stations in those days.
Yeah,
so
they had no choice.
You know,
that's how I remember.
I know.
Absolutely, I remember.
Well, it was definitely a built-in audience, and people say it was a really successful TV show. And like John is saying, well, they had no choice. If you live up there, you had to watch Disneyland and then the Irish Rovers and the Beachcombers, and that was about all you could get.
And we all grew up on it happily, and
they're all demented, yes.
Totally demented.
Yes.
And my parents, being Irish, were so happy that you were in Canada, because it really introduced everyone in North America to what Irish music is and how fun and the culture.
Well, I think that's it, Fiona, is the word fun, and that's what it's all about. It's like polka music. It's just, you tap your toe and you have a wee bit of fun.
Dance.
Yeah, the little, the diddly, yeah, it's just fun.
Now you were dancing.
Yeah, you got that.
I was an Irish dancer.
Hey, I got it. I got the notes right.
did it.
You can do
Not
it.
bad, huh? Tell us about this DVD, Home in Ireland, and what's going on with that, John?
We went back last September, and we based it basically in Northern Ireland, because most of us are from Northern Ireland, County Antrim, not County Down.
No, County Down is the best place.
Yeah.
Fiona's family.
But and we went round haunts that we used to go to with a family when we were kids. We all, remembered certain places, so we'd go around and sing a song about that, the history of that area, and we used a BBC, a lot of technicians from BBC Northern Ireland to come and do a beautiful job.
It's so visual. I mean,
gorgeous.
we're looking at some of the.
It's very green.
It's very green.
Yeah. It's
Because
just
it rains all bloody night and every day, that's why.
We're in BC. We're very familiar
Yes,
with that.
it's true. This is
How
like
much fun is this for you guys? I mean, when you get a chance to sort of go back and really introduce people not only to the culture of Ireland, but to a little piece of yourself.
Well, that was the real prize for us, was going back, because we're not really all that well known in Northern Ireland. First of all, they got to know us because we did 2 or 3 Virginians about 100 years ago. So people think we were sort of cowboys in that, which we were. And other than that, they didn't know us too well. So finally, to come back with a film crew and to film all around the haunts that we grew up in, like John says, that was wonderful. It was a great feeling, and the people were nice, and they let us stay in their villages for 5-6 minutes, then they throw us out.
I have to ask a question
Have a
about
pint?
the infamous song, The Unicorn. I read a story about you, and the first time all of you heard it, you were in a car together, and you got out of the car and you started taking your clothes off?
Yes, it was in the middle of the desert. We were on our way from Aspen, Colorado.
I didn't think it was true.
Well, only because
there
it
was
was
nary a pause between her question and your answer.
No, sorry. Unfortunately, there isn't any pauses, but maybe some short pauses. But we were in the desert going to Los Angeles, and we didn't know anything about the Unicorn. We knew that we had recorded it, and somebody was coming through. In those days in Vail, I'm trying to make the story shorter, but it's not short. In those
That's a
days,
good story. I want to hear it. Come on.
in those days,
John goes down.
they didn't have television or radio in Vail. It was a brand new place. They wanted everybody out in the nightclubs after they were skiing. So we played there for about 2 months, and some people came through from Los Angeles, and they said, "That song you just did on stage, we heard that on the radio." And we were saying, "Damn, somebody has stolen our little song out right from under us." And we said, "That's too bad, because it's a good little song." About 3 weeks later, we're driving to Los Angeles in the middle of the night out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is where it was broken. We're hearing it starts, da-da-da-da, and we're saying, hey, they've even taken our arrangement up.
This is ridiculous.
That's right. So we turned it up, and lo and behold, it was us. So we did. We pulled over and we screeched the car to this. We ran around, and we only realized later that there could have been snakes and scorpions and bad things out there.
And long-necked
Bunch of really pale Irish dudes in the desert running around.
So we put our clothes back on, got in the car, and continued on.
Funny. John, how much of your show is involving stories now at this stage? Where you guys really just sort of...
There's a fair amount of storytelling in there, and lots of fun.
Yeah.
More jokes than stories.
But that really is part of the tradition as well, right? And
yeah,
part of
very
the exploration of the culture and everything else. It's just.
And we had an English chap come up the other night, and very English. He said, "I noticed you didn't tell any English stories."
Wow.
And I said, well, we prefer to make fun of ourselves. You know, like we do. It's much easier.
We can definitely make fun of the English if we want to.
Yeah, that's
very easy.
But we're above
there are
that.
some choices in there.
We're big people, aren't we?
Now, a lot of people being in Vancouver have a lot of great memories of Expo 86.
Oh, it was a great time, yes.
And the unicorn.
Yeah,
Do you guys have any
earlier.
favorite moments from Expo?
I thought you were going to say, do you have any memory of that?
Do you have any recollection of Expo 86?
Yes, yes.
Probably one of the first things we discovered immediately was we were saying, great, we have 6 months, we're going to be at home in our own beds every night. Wonderful. No more traveling for a while. So the first 2 weeks we opened the place and we realized the managers finally came to us and said, look, your show is at 8 o'clock at night. They're coming in at 10 o'clock in the morning and they're sitting waiting all day, and they're not spending any money. We fired ourselves, and it was the best thing we could have done, because then we had other bands playing there. John at the time was in another band, and he was playing there, and Bruce Coughlin, Ian Miller, they all had different bands playing there. Well, we let them take over, and we in fact did take 6 months off, and it was great.
You're kidding.
Lovely, no?
So you open up a place as a feature entertainer.
Exactly.
Hire someone else and take a little holiday.
Have you ever fired yourself again, or was that a one-time thing?
No, we'd like to some nights, but we haven't ever since then. But I did find out I had actually 2 children in those days, and I said, they're mine. I've been home for 6 months.
They look like me, but
who are these people? So no, we still get people coming up and saying those were the great fun days of Expo, and the city was great and it looked beautiful, and all of the.
I just remember being there and having a napkin tied on my head. Everybody did that there. It was like the tradition.
Were you old enough to be in?
No,
I was going to say
I was not.
you were not. If I
was an Irish dancer.
Right. Oh, so you were part of the performance.
Right.
You were there. I see how it is.
The Irish Rovers are celebrating 45 years of music Tuesday, October 4th at the Act in Maple Ridge. They're also going to play the Centennial Theatre in North Vancouver on Wednesday, October 5th. And of course, you can also get their DVD. It's available online on their website.
And why not make a game of it every time you hear the unicorn? Take off your clothes and run around wherever you may be.
As you should. Oh, no!
Check out their website for more information on everything that's going on with the Irish Rovers. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.